He's very mad at her.
This is what I got to deal with. Jasmine crying.
I don't want to hurt her.
Oh my god. She has got to be the ugliest crier I've ever seen. If I got to deal with this whole episode in the ugly crying of Jasmine, I'm going to tear my eyes out. Good Lord. But it gets even more entertaining because, good Lord, none of them can keep it together. Will some of them end? Will some of them stay together? I guess we'll find out. But first, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Make sure you share with a friend. And if you want to support the channel, drop a super thanks. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate it. Let's get right into it even more so because, good Lord, Jasmine crying like a fool is not the worst thing that happens.
When?
You didn't swear.
Because I told
This
him
is the worst
about
thing that could happen.
I explained
It's
the
all
open
them.
marriage and everything. And
Oh,
I
okay.
told him
So she explained the concept of an open marriage and all the echo chamber of women coming around saying, but you explained it to him, right?
But you did not. You did not cheat.
You think, take note of Natalie saying you did not cheat right here because the two-facedness of that one. No!
It's a cute
Yeah,
thing.
see, this is ridiculous, this whole thing. At the very least, at least the guys, when it came to Gino, were saying, come on, man, you gotta sleep with her. I mean, you gotta be intimate with your wife. The women are just completely like, no, you did nothing wrong. She's talking about having this open marriage, which she has already started having a, maybe not a physical, but I don't buy it. They're already sleeping together, her and, I mean, obviously, things have happened off camera at this point, but when this was happening, I didn't buy that they weren't sleeping together already, but they aren't even saying to her, hey, Jasmine, maybe this isn't the best idea. No, it's complete echo chamber. It's complete confirmation bias. You're talking to people that are completely on your side that are never going to tell you wrong. That's the difference. At least the guys had a little bit of sense with Gino.
I was being vulnerable to him, letting him know like everything, being honest. And he said, you
Oh.
failed me, you cheater.
But he's not even having sex with you. I don't understand.
This is what I'm talking about.
I don't understand.
He's not even having sex with you. Okay, but never mind the fact that she completely hid this. She went to Matt for emotional support in the beginning of this resort. And oh, by the way, she's the one that's introduced her friends to this guy saying, this is the guy that I'm talking about having an open marriage with. This is some crazy, grimy stuff. Even if you're a type that doesn't believe that, oh, but she never got physical, possibly, I think she did, but possibly never got physical, so it's not cheating, you gotta admit that this is a little bit of a grimy behavior. And then you have people like Sophie like, well, you didn't do nothing wrong. Okay, let Rob do some of this stuff, and he kind of has, and you never okay with it, right? Well, there you go.
I like Jasmine. I think he's cool, but to be honest, I do not think of Gino like a crazy man.
Okay, hear that?
Because this guy, Matt, didn't come out of the blue.
Yes, exactly. And yet, Natalie was the one in that whole group of people saying, well, you didn't cheat, did you? Like, acting like she was a part of this whole group, but yet behind her back, she's like, I don't think Gino's crazy. This didn't come out of the blue. She was probably sleeping with this guy already. So, these women are the most two-faced, backstabbing women you will ever see. When they are in a group together, they're going to act like they're your buddy. They're going to support you. Basically, in reality, when I say support, I mean not tell you what you need to hear in that you're doing some crazy stuff, but they're going to sit there and cheer you on, but behind your back, they're like, God, that was the worst person ever. My God.
It's very suspicious to me that she's introducing Matt to her friends. That just shows that she has some kind of emotional connection with him.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a point here. Now, the problem I have, and we'll see a little bit more with Gino and the problems I have with this because he starts to give in a little bit, but right there where he's saying an emotional connection kind of thing, yeah, absolutely. She wouldn't be introducing her friends to this guy and saying, this is the guy I'm talking about having an open marriage with, unless there was something a little more there. And so, yes, Gino's wrong in many aspects. This whole thing with like, well, we're not there yet. You're not emotionally there for me, so I'm not going to sleep with you. I'm like, okay, I don't think your equipment's working properly, or you're attracted to something else, or you watch too much porn or something, but either way, it doesn't make what she's doing is right. Both of them are wrong on some level.
Oh, you're so cute.
What on earth is
Okay,
she
mommy,
doing?
daddy.
She's gonna climb in bed with them.
Good morning.
Good God. What is on earth is she doing? Like she's gonna be the most positive she can be with these two, Rob and Sophie, but you're not even gonna try to be close with your husband? Of course, that kind of comes into play a little bit later as well.
What's wrong?
This is not a joke, Florian.
What joke?
What?
Okay?
Open the door.
You open the door, like, aggressively.
Okay, already, right? She comes in ready to go.
What the aggressive?
Relax,
Open the
chill
door.
out, calm down.
So she says you open the door aggressively, and then when he says, what are you talking about aggressively? She says, chill out, calm down. That's like gaslighting in real life, like getting you going when there's nothing to be getting going about.
You know, almost like falling down, you know, he's drunk, you know, and I opened the main door.
Telling the story again of what happened that night, allegedly.
I buzz the elevator, I go to my floor, he's going to his floor. Sid, this is the story.
So you didn't take her?
Now, there would be, don't get me wrong, there have been plenty of idiot people in the world who have cheated and probably done it in their own building. So, you know, it's not that it couldn't happen, but if this person really was living in their building, it would be a hell of a thing for him to go up there, cheat, and then go home. Could it happen? Absolutely. But I tend to think this story is probably true for the most part. It seems more like that the sister was trying to get everything going for drama's sake to take everything off of her. Or perhaps, like someone pointed out, that she might be going through some sort of divorce and she wants her sister to go through it too, so she's going to blow everything up because they're twins. They have to do everything together, right? The interesting thing is this was never brought up before. This was only brought up now because the husband of the sister came forward and said, oh, this girl said it was all very convoluted and makes you say, what?
Take care of me.
She looks like she's got those wax lips, you know, like from the penny candy store that, you know, people used to wear. That's what she looks like she's wearing all the time. It's like, please, for the love of God, let's have an intervention. Darcy, Stacey, good Lord, your lips are going to explode and you're going to look like you had to have your lips amputated or something. It's going to be crazy. There's going to be no fixing it. Please, for the love of God, stop with the cosmetics.
Time to build this trust, and I work for this trust long time.
Yeah.
Right now, basis, everything what I work is going down. Basis, no trust me no more.
Yep. And, you know, that's what you deal with trust, unfortunately. This is the problem with him blowing it up to begin with when he cheated before. Trust is a funny thing. You have to keep it going, and it's always going to be that little bit there. The problem is once you build it up, you don't want someone else in the background barking at you to kind of blow up that trust again. Unfortunately, the sister is that in this case. Now, when you're trying to fix trust in a relationship, you have to accept some point that you're going to forgive this person if you're going to stay with them. She's going to have trouble doing that if she has her sister barking in her ear like the devil on her shoulder.
I love you and I'm sorry I yelled to you, but Darcy, make it this more big. And
yes, Darcy making this more big than it is. 100%. That's all this was Darcy blowing it up. Now, the one thing that can stop all this, stop going to the clubs. Why do you have to go to the clubs, the bars, whatever? Stop. Just don't go. Like, especially if you're going to go without your wife, you don't think that that's going to create some problems? You really didn't sense this sibling rivalry even if her sister was there? Like, cover yourself, buddy. You don't need to go to a bar. You don't need to go to a club. I mean, you're getting older at this point. You just stop. It's time. It's only going to create more problems for you.
Secrets that are going to come out?
No more secrets.
No.
Okay, so we're going to go to the therapy because this is going to fix everything, right? With the experts who have no clue what they're doing. So let the entertainment ensue because all they're good for is a good laugh with how horrible they are at being counselors. And maybe they're lying. Maybe they were just showed for, you know, entertainment purposes and they were just hired on. But they do have a credential under their names. I know that the blonde-haired lady has licensed professional counselor. Now, to be that, you have to be licensed with the board and you have to actually be able to practice. So either they're lying or she has that and she's just god-awful.
Him, that she doesn't have with me, is like a slap in my face. Yeah, it upsets me because it just makes me feel, you know, not wanted or not needed.
Okay, this makes no sense what he's saying right now because basically he's saying, yeah, this whole open marriage, open relationship she wants to have makes me feel unwanted or unneeded. Like, well, you're doing that to yourself by not being intimate with your wife. I cannot stand Jasmine for the love of God. That lady is manipulative. That's the nicest way I can say it. Manipulative, probably a little bit of narcissistic. She will use anybody she can. But at this same time, you cannot sit here and say you feel undesired, unwanted when you're not even trying and she's sitting here telling you, please, for the love of God, sleep with me, Gino. Like, what is wrong with you? Fix yourself, buddy.
I love her and that it would be hard for me to walk away.
Yeah,
but
hard.
I have a lot more questions for Jasmine before I consider open marriage.
You see the flip there? You see the flip right there. He done did it. He said, there's a lot more questions I have to answer before I consider. That is opening the door that was previously completely closed to saying, I'm actually considering this now because you're an idiot. You are the guy with the chair in the corner, just like the throuple in the regular 90 Day Fiancé. You're going to be the guy with the chair in the corner. Maybe that's what you want. Maybe you want the real life porno playing out in front of you with your wife. Again, like I've said in the other 90 Day Fiancé, there's a name for that, but I keep it as less cursing as I possibly can, so I'm not going to say it. It is not a kind term, but it is someone that likes to watch and stay in the corner and doesn't actually partake themselves. You might as well be in your room watching the bad videos on the internet, because as of right now, that's all it's good for. Why are you even going to be married?
Like after the gym. Where have you been going with him?
Where have you been going with him after the gym? Now, this should be nowhere. Oh, we're just friends. We just talk in the gym. This answer should be nowhere.
To the cafe that is in front of the gym.
To the cafe that is in front of the gym. So there's more to it than that. They're already going on dates. You can call it what you want. They're going on dates.
It's literally across the street.
Okay.
So are you attracted to this guy?
He's not ugly.
you
He's good looking.
Oh, okay. He's not ugly. He's good. I mean, is that a serious question? This is the guy that she is saying she wants to have the open relationship with, and you're asking if she's attracted to him. You're already insecure. You're going to be more insecure than you've ever been just because she's going to be with another guy. So, welcome to a nightmare, Gino.
Jasmine to give me an ultimatum of either let's have an open marriage or have sex with me.
Yeah.
Because she is avoiding fixing issues that we have in our relationship.
That he can't seem to name, and yet he is actually considering that ultimatum. So he said, it's not right of her to give me an ultimatum, either sleep with her, God forbid, or, have an open marriage. Okay, so if you don't want to get divorced, and those are the options, it seems pretty simple. Like, if you can't get it up, take one of your blue pills and be intimate with your wife. What on earth is wrong with you?
This is our first session without him, and this is kind of real, right? It shows you what can really happen when people aren't on the same page, aren't able or willing to get there.
They are awful. Oh my gosh, hey, guess what? Ariel and Benny aren't with us, but this kind of shows us how it is in real life and everything. The implication being, we are great therapists. We are making this work. And hey, they came to good terms, and that's all because of what we did. No, y'all suck. Y'all are there just for entertainment value to make fun of how horrible the therapists are. All this is a free-for-all. This is like kindergartners being left on the playground without any supervision. That's what this is. This isn't couples. This isn't a real therapy. This isn't a real retreat. This is just a bunch of kids running around throwing dirt and rocks at each other because they don't know what to do and they're immature. That's it. It's good for entertainment value, but y'all suck. Y'all ain't fixing nothing.
Things that you trust about your partner.
Oh, okay.
Now, they could be small or big.
Really small.
The point of this is just to really see that we do have trust in our partner. We may not have trust in the big, huge things at this moment, but we have trust, which is a foundation, right?
We have trust, which is a foundation that's going to create a bunch of fights because these little things aren't going to hold up when we start talking about the big things that you can't seem to figure out any way to work on and make any better. Because guess what? The same spots they're in, or they were in when they came in, they're still in now. Y'all haven't fixed a damn thing.
See our family prosper.
You trust that she wants the best for your family.
Is best for our family. She's always going to do that.
That's a big one.
I see it every day.
I love it.
Except when she lies to you all the time, except when she doesn't want to advance your family by making it seem like she does, but then just not sleeping with you at all, except when she withholds intimacy, oh, I'm sorry, was that enough? Because, oh my God, she's doing all this, and it's not just her. It's not just her. My God, he is incapable of being a man. He falls apart. He melts like a gentle snowflake on a nice chilly day in the winter. That's what he does. He cannot handle anything. Can't at all. He just falls apart. And that's storms off when things get hard. So she's messed up, but he is not a strong man either.
I trust that Jasmine loves me.
You are delusional. You're lying. You don't believe for a second she actually loves you. Good Lord. She loved your money. That's why y'all met on a sugar baby dating website or sugar daddy or whatever it is, because, you have stocks or whatever. You're an engineer. At some point he had money, even if he did end up quitting his job at one point. And she was perfectly happy to partake in that. But as far as actually loving Gino, Hell no, she don't love Gino.
Really, girl, believing that Josh is a genius? Josh is not a genius. He's not. He's a dumbass.
Oh, coming from Jasmine. Now, I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, it was weird Natalie saying, oh, Josh is a genius, which that's just her playing it up like, oh, please continue helping me advance my acting career that's never going to take off because for the love of God, she can't even act in this show. But you saying, he's dumb? I mean, Jasmine, like, you're not the sharpest knife in the drawer. I don't know how to tell you this.
His shoes just getting bigger and bigger.
I'm in a hurt place right now. I need a bandage because my heart is bleeding.
Oh, God. I'm in a hurt place right now. I need a bandage because my heart is bleeding. They made the mistake by saying, what's the bandage going to fix for the wounds or whatever you have? And his heart is bleeding, so he needs a bandage. Good Lord, I'm telling you, there is no man to be seen with Brandon. Look, I feel bad for him because she lied to him a lot, but he also needs to man up in a lot of aspects and start acting like he has a spine, which he does not do as he melts into some sort of puddle of pudding or something on the ground anytime something happens. I'm sorry, your heart's bleeding and you need a Band-Aid for it, Brandon.
What's the bandage to that?
Oh, what is it?
Coming up with like a stopping point, like a word where, both of us kind of take a moment.
Did he just say that they're going to have a safe word for their communication when they're talking because they can't handle a minor conversation? Now, this is true. Natalie can't handle any kind of conversation without flipping out and potentially assaulting somebody. But if you need a safe word in a regular conversation, which, by the way, she is going to completely ignore, then that's a problem. Our safe word is, guess what? Infinity. It's infinity. They are the joke of a couple. Like, I understand a lot of this is put on. I really do. But they could try harder with their acting. I mean, they really could.
Josh and I, we share more than physical connection. We have spiritual connection. Infinity, it's a sign of death. And
just roll his eyes. We have a spiritual connection. It's very deep. Josh, you ain't going nowhere, buddy. And if you do go somewhere, I would hide. Go into witness protection because she will find you and she'll be the type in the middle of the night, like you wake up and she's just standing over your bed. I would be afraid, buddy. I really would.
I'm just saying, Natalie, come on over and see my place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, we've only been getting along for 2 hours.
Okay, y'all have been messing around for a few years, and now you're going to claim she hasn't seen your house because we've only been getting along for 2 hours. Clearly, he's being sarcastic, basically saying we barely get along. Then why are you here? Were you really riding it out this long just to continue to be on the TV so you can hope that people Google whatever business you're in to get more business? Because that's the only thing I can think of, that you are just trying to make this last as long as you can for free publicity. That's my guess. But is it worth dealing with this crazy person that quite possibly might actually hurt you? I don't think so.
Speak for you, but I'm wondering if she's more respectful and you guys feel like you're respecting each other better, that would open the door to access.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, she just had an epiphany. In her genius opinion, if they start having communication and trust, then maybe, and if she's a little more respectful, then maybe that opens the door to coming and seeing his house. Like, how did I not think of that? Like, does she really think that, like, that is some sort of great epiphany statement? Like, oh, this is great coming from the counselor. I can really tell y'all what y'all need to do. Please, for the love of all that is holy, come up with something a little more than be respectful and then maybe she can see your house, because you sound like an idiot.
They want, So, yeah, it's...
Is this a good step?
That's a fantastic
It's a great step. Okay.
Can you look at her and share that?
Tell her.
What do you say to
Make me
her?
cry.
I don't care. Look at her.
It's going to make me cry. He's like, I don't care. Look at her. We just did this. Yeah, except for the fact that the reason why he's crying is because she finally agreed to get a second opinion about her fertility issues. Yay! That gives him happiness to think that maybe he can have a family with her. Problem is, she's still not sleeping with you. Look, I don't know how to tell you this, but the birds and the bees, there's a certain way how everything happens. And if you're not sleeping together, no baby, buddy. So might as well just kind of brush that happiness off because she don't care. If she's not sleeping with you, she knows she ain't having no baby. Good Lord, the manipulation of all of this is crazy. Plus, the experts trying to act like they actually did something is hilarious.
Whatever the case may be, it's giving in to the vulnerability of the situation, and that's what you just did.
Oh my gosh, it's giving in to the vulnerability of the situation. I really think these therapists think they're talking in some kind of complexities that people can't understand, and they're just going to think they're being geniuses, when in reality, I'm looking at them like, I think I have to start my own counseling practice. I mean, I'm not licensed, so that's probably illegal, but like, this is what they're doing? I could do 10 times better than these fools, and I'm not licensed. What the hell?
Jasmine's location, because I didn't agree to the open marriage yet. It's something I'm considering right now.
Good Lord. All of a sudden, like I said, now he's saying, I'm considering the open marriage. Gino, just sleep with Jasmine. Why are you all of a sudden considering an open marriage and saying, I'm not going to sleep with you because you're not working on our issues? But yet, you can have a boyfriend and sleep with him, because that'll probably fix everything, right? I mean, I understand. I get there were questions about how together they were when this was shot and everything. I understand that. But it doesn't even make for good TV that's fake, because it doesn't come off as real even a little bit.
If she was to share location services, would it be more likely that you would be in this open relationship if she was to give you that?
These therapists are high. They have to be on drugs. At what point do you think even asking that question of if she turns on her location, would you be more open to the open marriage? They should be saying right now, bad idea, open marriage, trust issues, you're not sleeping together, and he's saying he needs to work on the issues before he sleeps with you, but yet they're saying an open marriage might be a good idea? I mean, what kind of backwards opposite day planet are we living on with these people? I mean, I look, they're just leaning into the entertainment value at this point. They're not even trying to act like real counselors. The show gets more and more ridiculous as we go on. We're getting close to the end, to the recommitment ceremonies that mean nothing because most of this is staged at this point anyway. They don't even look like real actors. It's just we're trying to get to the end so we can get our paycheck so we can move on, because I'm pretty sure with maybe Brandon and Julie are still together. I don't know. But most of them are not. It's just a ridiculous kind of compilation of madness with people who are claiming to be therapists that aren't really doing anything and are just making things worse. It is the epitome of a cluster, expletive deleted. But I will say it's entertaining because of the madness that ensues, and to laugh at them because they're god-awful actors. We'll see where they end up, because clearly it just gets crazier and crazier. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. If you want to support the channel, drop a super thanks. Y'all are awesome, and I will see y'all next time.